Alright, so I was originally going to call this video how to build sideboards for a dump trailer. Now I think I'll call it how not to build sideboards, because I've made every mistake you can make. I've made it more difficult than it needed to be. We'll see in the end if I get a good product, because I guess that's what really matters. Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farms, and this 7x12 dump trailer has been one of the best purchases I've made in a long time to help me be more productive, get more jobs, and get more done. So I'm really excited for what I'm going to be able to do with that in the future. And one way I'm going to make it more productive is to add some sidewalls to it. So I've got the lumber bought. Let me see what time it is. It's almost 7. Gets dark a little after 8 this time of year, so I have a feeling I'm going to be working on this in the dark, but I want to get it off my list today. So let's get going. So probably like a lot of you watching, I'm pretty busy. I've got a lot going on, and I really want to have these, but I don't have a lot of time to spend on them. So I'm going to try to go for the simplest way to do it I can. I've got 4 stake pockets on each side that are 2 feet deep. Well, they don't have a bottom in them, but the walls are 2 foot. So I'm going to have these sticking through 2 feet. I'm going to have them sticking out the top 2 feet. So I've got 8-foot 2x here. I'm going to cut these 2x4s in half, and that will give me the supports. It felt like using the trailer as a workbench would be convenient, especially since these are really heavy. I don't want to carry them any further than I have to. I'm not going to share every measurement here because the measurement may be different for your trailer. I'm no carpenter whatsoever, so if you want to tell me in the comments a better way to do this, I'm glad to hear it. I almost decided to build them in place. And if there were bottoms on those stake pockets, I'd probably drop the 2x in there, set the 2x12s up against them, and just bolt them on. But that's not the way it's built. And so I think I will just go ahead and build it and then set it in. Alright, so the way this is framed is going to be pretty simple. But I am going to have some handles and some tie down points. And I'm going to use some hooks, if needed, to hold the end gate to the sides. Now I'm holding all this together with carriage bolts, but I want it held still while I'm doing that, so I better go get some clamps. So anything you work on is always going to throw you a little bit of a curveball. My intention was that these would slide in and out easily. But you've got 4 stake pockets down the side, and those are a tight fit. Like, you'd have to tap them in. So it's going to be a case of not wanting to take them on and off on a regular basis anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and put them on. Then I'll probably, once it's built, I'll have to make a decision. Do I want to run these all the time? Or do I want to take them off? So if I decide I want to take these off on a regular basis or only put them on every once in a while, I'll sand this down to where it's a little bit easier to slide in and out. Now that I know this is going to be hard to slide in and out, I think it would be really difficult to build the whole frame, then set it in and have it line up where it would slide. So what I'm going to do, I've already got that first one on. I'm going to set it down into this, and I have the last board already down in the pocket. And I'm going to set this whole side down into this hole, clamp it at that end, and then go through and put the rest of the boards on. This sucker's going to be heavy. I honestly don't know if I can do this without help. And there's no one here to help, so I'm just going to try to do it. If I get injured, I think it'll be a popular video. So my first instinct when I was thinking about how to do this was to put the 4 boards in, clamp the 2x12 to it, and then just bolt it all together. And I thought, no, that's kind of a sloppy way to do it. Smart person would build it and set it in. Wow, was I wrong. Couldn't have been more wrong. I can barely lift that. I'm out of breath just trying to lift it up to set it in one time. And if I did get it up in there, even trying to slide it down into the pocket hole would have been hard. So, lesson number 1, don't build it first. If you're doing it out of 2x12s, don't build it first and set it in. That is not the way. I'm using this video to have a little fun at my expense, but I'm not going to show you the fight I had getting that board up there the first time. So with the magic of editing, I could cut this all up and splice it together and make it look like I knew what I was doing and this was a smooth operation. But that's not what happened. So I didn't plan this out very well, and I fought with it the whole time to get anything to go together right. So that's what I'm showing you. Also, treated 2x12s are really heavy. So, the old saying, everyone has a plan until they got punched in the face. This has punched me in the face. Part of that is because I didn't set aside a whole day to do this and plan it. I just grabbed some wood, I said, here I go. And several things I didn't think through. Number one is not all of these pockets go all the way down. For instance, this one right here, you have to have access to take this chain in and out to adjust your back gate. The front has a tire holder. I didn't factor in that these are going to be a tight fit on the 2x4s. I didn't realize that the panel would be too heavy for me to lift. And I'll show you in a minute, but I didn't realize that if I put a front on it, I wouldn't be able to pull my cover over. So, major learning process here, but let's get the other side up. This one was a little easier to lift because once I got it set up there, I could set one end on the spare tire and then gave me plenty of access to clamp the other side. Part of the reason I didn't get started on this till late tonight is I was a fill-in on the pitching mound business today. Had to do some work in there. My daughter's on her way over now. We've got to cut rubber tops for the pitching mounds. So hopefully I can get this finished up before she gets here. Show you what I'm talking about down here. So this, I'll have to go to the other side and unlatch it. So this is the cover for the dump trailer. Works really nice. Roll it down the bed, hook it on the end, crank it tight. And I've seen where people lifted these over, took it to the other end, and could still use this cover. What I didn't factor in is that the stake pockets are right up against it. So if I put a back gate on this, like the side gates, then I won't be able to lift this out because it's held in right here by hooks. As a matter of fact, I'm about 1/4 of an inch from being able to lift it out right now. So I'm going to have to trim these back 1/4 of an inch to be able to get this bar out. So this I would partially call a failure to plan on my part. I'd also say this is kind of a poor design, that you can't put anything in these front stake pockets without blocking your bar in. Now I could redesign this to have the bar hang back here and then put that back gate on. Or I could have the gate go on the inside of these bars, which may be what I do. Give that a little more thought. Well, that actually made a pretty straight cut, and now I can lift this out. So, mission accomplished, I suppose. All right, I think I get like a 10% increase if I grunt before I lift this. Yeah, I could really feel that power kick in. All right, well, I've got both sides done. I still have to make a decision on what I'm gonna do with the end. I could do it like I did my 3-point carryall and slide a rear gate in and then use a ratchet strap to suck those sides down tight on that so I can still lift it off. But I think I'm gonna take a day just to think about how I wanna do that. Maybe read some comments from the viewers, suggestions, and revisit this. But I made a lot of mistakes, but it's up and it's progress. I decided a while back that rather than just showing a highlight reel, if I'm gonna make these videos every day like I have been, I'm gonna show you my mistakes just as much as I show you the success. And this was a little bit of both. So I appreciate you taking time to watch. In just a minute, you'll see links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.